Now, you may recognize this thing. This is a Commodore PET. Now, this one is a 4016, so, you know, with the better keyboard and everything, but there is actually a very bad one with a chiclet style keyboard, which is the fucking, was it 1001? Is that the name of it? I don't fucking remember, but that doesn't matter anyway. We're gonna buy both dev kits. Now, these are not amazing or anything. They don't actually go past the sales of the Apple, but it doesn't matter. You're still buying all the dev kits you can. At least the important ones. You're gonna see the non-important ones anyway. So this game is actually a 1790. So this is an 80% for the adventure games, which is good. That's good, man. 83% with 95 on sound, 100 on controls. Quite nice. We have 4 games going on at the same time right now, which is a lot. It's a lot. You can reduce that, by the way, just so that you only see the main numbers and nothing else. Now, there are some interesting things that happened here. Well, first of all, we have a legendary developer that has appeared. As you may see from this, this is a name of someone real, but that just been changed slightly. So there you go. So you may see that this has a very high stat, costs a lot of money, and has this star. This star generates hype, we've talked about it before, but yeah, not good. This isn't something that you desperately need. Now I'm gonna let the quality assurance room get completed, because there was something interesting. You may have seen it. I'm gonna do this, by the way, because I've done well with the first game, so I'm gonna actually do this again. There we go. I'm gonna take these 2 off. This game should still be very good, by the way, but I'm not gonna wait for its bugs. Now, let's look at engine features. There is a new engine features that gives you a different style of graphics. This is the 2D line graphics. This is the first engine upgrade that you're gonna get. This is, as you can see here, the graphics of the game are represented by lines. So, back in the day, graphics were not made by sprites. Sprites didn't exist. They didn't. When you actually had a game that you wanted to make on the, for example, the Commodore PET, because this is the example I really know, the Commodore PET did not have any actual graphical mode. All it had was a monochrome screen with only, at the beginning, gray, but then green colors. The green color and the black color. Back in the day, then, you had to be very inventive in order to make graphics, and you had to use only the Petsky style of characters that came in with the ROM, inside of the ROM. You only had the keyboard characters, and that was it. Now, there were quite a few characters that you had in there, so at least that made sense that you could use them and actually make some things that were serviceable enough for the era. Of course, if you look at it through more modern eye, it's not good. But I invite you guys to go watch the video. I don't know if this is a bad person, by the way, but I hope not. Go watch the video from the 8-Bit guy on the series about all of the Commodore history. I really like this series of videos just because of, you know, the history that it is for video games and everything about that. So if you want to learn more about the Petsky and the PET itself, just go watch that video. That's where I got most of my learnings from anyway, for this. So, but anyway, we're gonna get into 2D line graphics here. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this thing here. There we go, finish that game, send it. And now, on the development room, you have develop engines. This is where you're gonna be able to add new engine features to your engine. As you may see, the four at the beginning are always going to stay, but then you add the extra ones. They cost money, but that doesn't matter too much. You're gonna name your engine. I always name my engine this, by the way, but there you go. You can also sell your engine. Would you want to do that? Yes, every time. You would also want to make it kind of cheap, but you're not forced to make it cheap. You gotta make it 10% profit sharing and fucking 200,000 sales price. I don't do that. I just do the minimum. At the beginning, I do the minimum, and slowly I actually move it up. Let's make this game as well, because we can. So let's just make it. We don't need to have a good genre, a good topic for it. It doesn't matter. Once again, I'm not doing it for anything, but just the star rating. 7, 4, 6, 8, 8, 6. Okay. 7, 4, 8, 6, 1, 2, 8, 4. By the way, the link is going to be in the description on all of the Mad Games Tycoon videos for the cheat sheet. So if ever you really want to get that, you can always go check that out. 804. I've been asked enough about the cheat sheet that I've always given it now. I don't think I gave it the engine, by the way. I think I'm an idiot. I can't see. But I don't think I gave it the engine. I mean, I didn't, because this is supposed to be 40 points, so I definitely didn't. I am an idiot. Oh well, this is fine. That was only 58%. See? That was my worst game. So, let's talk about the second building. Let's buy it. This is going to be the last thing we're going to do today, okay? I think. Maybe. I don't know. No, we're actually going to have some more time. You're going to take the quality assurance room. It's time for it. However, is it time for it or for them? Because that's right. You want to have more than a single room for this. So we're going to go all the way around here. This space is basically dead space, but you're going to just waste it anyway, so there you go. This room is going to be overcrowding from 9 workplaces. Well, after 9 workplaces, I should say. So this room is quite big, as you can see. We're going to be able to place all of these, so do it. Place all of these things. This is for normal game, okay? I should say that I have completely overhauled my strategy now for Legendary. And that this is not what I do anymore for Legendary. I have changed my ways. I look for training room first before I actually look for this. But in this situation, in this way of playing the game, I don't do that. I don't do that. Also, someone has taken it very seriously and for some reason decided that was nice to insult me when I apparently made, you know, something wrong in the game. When I talked about my legendary guide, when I did my legendary guide, which by the way, it is true that I maybe shouldn't even do a legendary guide when I have, you know, my biggest Mad Games Tycoon video to date that is still up on the channel and has over 20,000 views and is quite well explained for legendary. So anyway, yeah. This is going to be the second quality assurance room. Now you're going to be like, why do you make 2 of the same rooms? That's stupid. No. No, it isn't. You're stupid. I'm kidding. I'm sure that you're a good person and you're great and your family loves you and you're just nice. I'm so fucking warm, I swear to God. I'm just sweaty. That's what happens also when you're fat. I'm kidding. I'm fat, but it's not that bad. There we go. Look at the time. In the back. But look at it still. I forgot to do this. There, you want to touch a cactus? Go for it. There we go. These are both of the rooms that I want for this. Now again, why 2 rooms? Why 2 different rooms? There are 2 stats that are important in this room. There is game design and game testing. These 2 are going to be separate. For a simple reason, you have 2 ways of doing this. You have one side that will be bug fixing, and one side that will be polishing the game immediately after improving the gameplay. I will show you what that means once we have some people in that room. For now we don't have anyone, but I will show you. However, at that point I want to make a sequel right now. I'm gonna make Candy Crush World 2 because it's almost done selling. And so to keep the hype going, we just do this. And we keep it going. I'm gonna get myself some water, by the way, while this is going. While this is running, I'm gonna get some water. It is nice and chill. We're good now. I also again forgot to upgrade the engine, so I'm a bit of an idiot. That's fine. There we go. A bit of cold water. Oh, feels good. Banking crisis, 200% interest. It doesn't matter. Yes, there are some negative / positive events that can happen in the game. I also do have a few features that have been unlocked now, so we're gonna let them roll. Now look at that. We have someone in game design that I'm going to send in this room, and we have someone in game testing as well that I'm going to send in this room. Now both are going to be working on their own thing. One is going to be working on bug fixing, and one is going to work on upgrading the quality assurance of the game, which is improving the balance right here. And after he is done with that, and that costs us a bit of money, he's going to start polishing automatically the game. However, I'm not going to be done with what I've done here. I'm not going to be done. The game isn't over because I'm going to add secrets. Yes, you can add extra features in the game. After you're done with it, you can just add them here. Gameplay features, and you just add them. You cannot go over your budget, by the way. Over your 10. If you go over 10, that doesn't work. You cannot add them. And no, you cannot get rid of them. You always have to keep the ones that you have. Once again, I'm waiting on checkpoints, and we're gonna once again add that. And then once that's done, we are going to be fine to send the game after the bugs are all fixed. This guy is quite slow on his own to fix the bugs. That makes sense, you know, he's alone. Fixing bugs can take time. A long time. But there we go. This is basically our main start. These rooms here are the main start that you want in the game. This is for my thumbnail, by the way. I know that I'm gonna use this, so I want to get that in. It says that there's rain coming in an hour. Oh, please, let there be rain. I beg of you, let there be rain. It is true that the weather isn't that great outside. That's true. It hasn't rained in over a month, so please let there be rain. Anyway, you may see that we have some role-playing games here that are unlocked, so guess what we're taking? That's right, role-playing games. Fuck yeah, brother. Anyway, it does say that it should rain. Ooh. 80%? Is it raining right now? Wait, 1 second, let me check. Almost looks like it's raining. It looks like it's raining, but I don't think it is. Anyway, the game is ready, so take it, send it to Nintendo, and that's 85%. Not bad. So once that's done now, let's not forget to please give it the fucking right thing later, okay? Please. Now, just so you see, you have Create Game Report here. These are where you're going to be able to find your older games and just click them to get a review done of the game. Once that review is done, you're going to be able to review the perfect settings and everything. If they're not perfect, they're going to tell you. They're going to put it in red. So then you just move the cursor left or right compared to what you should, and there you go. That's just how it goes. If you want to look at the bank, by the way. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Candy Crush World is done. And the second one has sold insanely on the second week. 8,500 is insane. And 8,800 on the third. You may have seen Apple II. Yeah, good console, by the way. Well, PC, but yeah. For the game, it's a good PC. Now, role-playing games are coming very soon. We do have another game designer and another game tester. Let's put them both, and now I'm going to do group 2 is going to be game design, group 3 is going to be game testers. Whew. Now that we have this, I'm going to look for a specific pirates, specific topic. Whoa, wait. Stop. It was working on all of them. It was working on all of them. Okay, now that we have this, let's make it. Role-playing game, pirates. Every time. Which other game am I going to live stream? I mean, right after this, I'm actually going to play Crusader Kings 3, so there you go. But I'm going to be back on playing everything, even at some point. Yes, I will get back on Football Manager. Alright, RPG 8502. But I mean, this is one of my old favorites, you know. I had to get back on this first. 8854, if I remember correctly. 267 right after. I did give myself a bit of light now. And 40, 30, 15, 15. There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play some Crusader Kings right after, and after that, I'm actually gonna make a game of Uma Musume, probably, because I've gone back on the game, and it is quite good. Once again, I fucking love playing it. I really do. There you go. The last 3 games I put in, and we get another 1,000 fans extra, which is nice. A lot of research, but expensive. Not good. These are fine. There we go. We are now full speed on that, and we have this. Now, I'm going to improve the gameplay doubly. We're going to go balance and controls. And then these guys are going to fix the bugs, which still they're not going to be able to hold in speed, but they're going to fix some. They're going to still be able to fix some. And so that makes it faster for us to fix the rest of the bugs too. There you go. This is a 70%. Not bad. Let's go with Nintendo again, because they like us. And so this is a 79%, of course. Couldn't give me 80. Couldn't, huh? Fuck you. This guy is not done yet fully, so I want to actually continue upping it. Now this time, let's not fucking forget. Let's change the fucking engine. There we go, finally. Because I again forgot. So these extra things that you do, the improved gameplay and everything, you can even do it for these games. I'm gonna just do polishing and bug fixing. Doesn't matter much. This may have been an 80% if I actually used the engine like an idiot. There we go, 71% on that. way too many of these. I don't need to. I really don't need to do these. So let's do Restoration as well as a sequel now. Because that's going to be a 3-star that I do, not a 1-star again. And again, this time it's going to have the actual engine that I have. Dumbass. There we go. These guys are going to do balance and start bug fixing afterwards. And these guys are going to do control and start polishing. This is how you want to do this. You want to put them one for each. The smaller ones for the ones that have less quality, graphic design. Game design, I should say. I'm insanely thirsty, I'm sorry, but my god, the warmth in here. Good. Okay, this is another 80%. We're gonna send it with Nintendo, and we're gonna have a 5-heart publisher, which means that they're always gonna give you max hype, basically. But also, I mean, $8 per game isn't much, so you have to be careful about that. Lots of researchers. I mean, I do need one more. I need 2 more, actually. Whatever, I'm not gonna take the second one, though. No for these. No. Okay. I could make a you know what? Let's do one. For diversity's sake, let's do one. Let me create a game report on that racing game so I have that before. There's gonna be another game that goes out. So new game, racing. I'm gonna do this cars, Grand Tour. Not in reference to the Grand Tour, you know, the series. Fuck Clarkson. Fuck all of them. They're all the same. All 3 are the same. And I mean, as much as I like Top Gear, and as much as I actually like the Grand Tour, it's still, of course, bad. Bastille Day. I like that. This is our national. This is just like the 4th of July for us, you know. But yes, I didn't celebrate it, really. Would have celebrated it if we won the fucking World Cup match. But we didn't. There we go, 78, not bad. For our first racing, that's not bad. Do we have a game that's going out? Not really. You know what we can do then instead? We can do another... We can do another game. Let's do fantasy. Where's fantasy? It's right here. So we're gonna do another RPG. This time, fantasy, and we're just calling it First Fantasy. I don't care about the names, okay? There, here you do the bug fixing again as always, and here you do the controls. Boom. There are a lot of pings going on in my ear. Stop. So you may have seen primitive mono sound. This is an engine feature, so we have to get that. 8% for this one. That's good. By the way, if you want to check here now, role-playing games are only at 44% popularity. This doesn't mean much. It does take away some sales, but not as much as having it unpopular. 86%. Not bad. There we go. We are going to update the older engine, put it at 1.1, primitive mono sound, up it to 10%, change that to a Table 2. There we go. Fuck. I need this so much, you have no idea. Whew. There we go. We have 20 employees now. I'm gonna just do this. I should look for another 2. I mean, medieval works. I know it does. Middle Ages, not medieval. I know this one works. What I'm gonna do actually as well is get subtopic, because it's fun. Subtopic means that you can now add 2 topics instead of only a single topic. It gives you more, well, it gives you more, I think it gives you a 3% bonus on the amount of games sold, if I remember correctly, on the first time you're using a new genre. Combination. Should add that. Not genre, but of course a new fucking normal combination, you know, the fucking whatever. You know what I mean. A food fight. I haven't done a food fight too. Whoops. I can do a food fight too. You may see that there was a dev kit that was out, but of course the Atari is now available, so we're gonna add that. I completely forgot about it. So the Atari already has 3 million sales. Of course, in reality, it never had 3 million sales this early. It did have it, but not this early. We're a year into the invention of the Atari, not even. Oh, wow. That's a lot more than I expected. I got graphics, soundtrack, and developer of the year. Wow. Okay. Grand Tour has some bugs, apparently. Doesn't matter much. But as you can see, that gave us an extra full star on our rating here. We are now at 1.5 star. We are now a small game developer. We are not indie. We are a small game developer. Now, whenever you get an award, you get extra games sales. So here, for example, with everything that we have won here, 30% extra games sold. Also, in Christmas time, you get 50% extra sales. So that's all nice. You know, it's all extra bonuses. Look at the sales of this game. I think you may see a good increase. Let's look at it. Yep, that's not bad. This is an 80% again. Not bad, not bad. And so you may have heard that there were some bugs in a Grand Tour. Well, what you do is updates and add-ons, free update, and here you just take out the bug. There we go. All of these I don't care. All of these I don't care. Okay, good. God. Now it says that the rain is in an hour and a half. It says it was in an hour. 20 minutes ago. And even through some rain, it is still gonna be insanely warm. So it doesn't matter. God. So Empire Fall is a bit too much in sales, still 800. So I'm not gonna touch that. Let's just make a new one. New RPG again. Middle Ages. I can just call it Ultima. This is one that I've already used before. And of course it's one that exists in real life. If you know about Ultima. Maybe you do. Maybe you know about Ultima 5 actually. Because I know it's the big one on Commodore and everything, so there you go. I mean, I know that the Commodore is very old now. Commodore came out in 1983, the 64. But still, I mean, it's there. So now we can almost get people with like 50 points. By the way, 12,000 sales is insane. If you look at the top, by the way, we had the top 3 best-selling games. Not anymore, but we had the top 3. We won't have it for long, though, with this game in the middle of us. But, whatever. This is an 87. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Not bad for what we have. Anyway, I think that for now, we're gonna keep it here. We're gonna stop there. For for Mad Games Tycoon, for the first 3 episodes of this, we're gonna stop there. This series isn't gonna be very long. This is going to be a comprehensive starting point, okay? After that, I'm definitely gonna make a new series on Legendary again. I ended Season 4 prematurely, let's say. Season 5 is coming, I'm just gonna say that. But it's gonna take a bit more time for me to get back to a rhythm, to get back to that game. I want to make a few experiments first about what I can do on the game and if I can actually make it myself. Those may be streamed, we'll see. But for now, we're gonna stop it there, and I'm gonna change the game on Twitch, and I'm gonna say goodbye on YouTube. See you tomorrow for the next video. Same time, 6 p.m. Central European Summer Time. See you then, bye.